of all, I want to say I support the development, but you know, there's rich history, 8,000 years old. This is the wolf's track. It is a wolf crossing. It's a migration trail from the Barren Lands all the way to Mexico. It's also you know, a place where there's 3 forts. It's a birthplace of Métis Nation. I spent 7 years, 50 meetings with the city to preserve the cemetery. I've been denied talking on the bridge development because I'm an expert in Métis history and the Rossdale flats. I tried for a year to get even information on what's happened. I cannot do it. It's not possible to get information. Mr. Mayor, I face a wall of systemic discrimination. And I'm asking you, because I think you're easy men, to consider putting a hold on this project until there's real consultations with the descendants of Fort Edmonton. And we're not asking for much. You know, the Alberta culture looks after European history well. But for us, you know, they're the Taliban. Their job is to destroy our history. And there are people who deny us the right to speak as well. I'm asking that you know, our history be honored. You know, I have 2 documents here. One is a survey from 1882 that shows there's in fact a native burial ground and a Christian Métis cemetery called the Hudson Bay Company. Your people in the planning department told the First Nations people that the Christian cemetery is the Indian burial ground. This survey shows that in fact it's in the bridge footprint. It's being excavated today, and that's why I think we've been prevented from speaking. The other document I have is a short proposal that I ask you to read, and it's just what we need. We need resolution, and there's just 2 things. When we spent 7 years to preserve this site, we had an area for cultural purposes and spiritual purposes where we prayed, and it was supposed to be a voyager landing. And I'm asking you guys to consider the bridge development and the Epcor development together and put back our voyager landing and put back our history. You took down the only history. For the first time in 100 years, we succeeded in putting the word Métis history in there, or fur trade history. It's a dirty word that has been taken down now. So that's one thing we want. The second thing we want is you took our place for spiritual purposes. We're asking for land back for spiritual purposes. Mr. Stryker, my friend, he's a medicine man, and he is presently occupying the area adjacent to the bridge. And you know, I guess I'm asking if we could meet with you there, just so we could tell you the real story, because what we have here is a fraud perpetrated by the archaeologists and the planning department in the Alberta culture. Thank you.
Thank you for your submission.
Who do I give this to?
Please give it to the city clerk.
My name is Duane, the Good Striker. Today is about 15 years. 15 years has passed since the city wanted to tear down that power plant and build a giant mega gas power plant. That was RD11. And it would cost millions and millions and millions of dollars to come up with a study to say, yes, we want to tear down that power plant. So we went to the hearings, and we represented ourselves, and we represented those Indians and those Métis and those half-breeds and those children in the ground down there, the first citizens of Edmonton. We went to that hearing regarding RD11. And the province and the government and the city all approved of the expansion of that power plant. And they conceded in that hearing that they would give those damn Indians, those damn half-breeds, a pump house. One of those pump houses that you're talking about here in this report, they promised us that. We'll build on top of your graves, and we'll take down that old building, and you Indians will get this power plant, this pump house. They said that. It's on the record. We're on the record here today. That's what's going on. So whoever came up with this report should be classified in the moral and ethical disability job category. Because nowhere in this report does it say that the city of Edmonton has been violating its own citizens on that gravesite for over 100 years. Every time that great building that you're trying to preserve, they hit bodies. It's documented within all levels of government. Now, the history of where we are right now. You want to do something down there. Well, conflict of interest from the old mayor and the city manager and the city lawyers. You have all contravened the crime of genocide. That flag right there, that Canada flag, your soldiers out there listed on that cenotaph, they all fought so that the crimes of genocide would not be enacted anywhere on the earth, anywhere. But here in this city, it's okay to go and violate someone's history and create the crime of genocide to hold or in part destroy a culture. So, as a Blackfoot person, you guys are violating that site down there under international law. That's one level of government. You're violating that site at federal law, human rights in Canada. You're violating that site at Alberta law, human rights. But you're also violating this site specifically, very, very definitely, by not including the level of government from the Native Americans of this country. You have come up with agreements. Your last mayor, the crook, he made a deal with Treaty 6. He made a deal with Treaty 6. What does that Treaty 6 say here? It doesn't say anything in here. It does not say anything in here.
Mr. Goodstriker, please watch the tone of your accusations.
No, these are not accusations. These are facts. And facts that are listed here by deliberately saying nothing about a burial site. Deliberately. That is a crime. Now, you can go ahead and go forward with this site completely. But remember, in the beginning, one Indian, one Métis stood up and said to the government, to the power company, to the people, you are doing something wrong by building on top of your own citizens, the citizens of Edmonton. That is what the problem is. So today, we move forward. Today, promises of millions of dollars by the province to go down there and build something fantastic. Based on our authored document called an alternative vision. All these grandiose plans are based on the alternative vision that was delivered to the Alberta government. That is theft of information and intellectual property. So, we're going to move forward here. You have been cautioned. You're a young man. You have the ability to change all of this once and for all. I have asked for one thing. An apology from the mayor, an apology from the CEO of EPCOR, formerly Edmonton Power, that has been raping a burial site of Edmonton's first citizens for over 100 years. That's what I ask. I am on that site as an Indigenous person for thousands of years, practicing my faith.
Please sum up your remarks, Mr.
My faith is I have a right to visit, protect, and honor my relatives in the ground as human beings. That's what my final statement is.
Thank you. Are there questions from members of the committee? Councillor Henderson.